Hello, this is Rivka, and these are my ideas for Cupix's 25K video competition. So I have 3 ideas. I asked if I should combine them into one video, and he said yes, so that's what I'm going to be doing. 2 of them are for 4x4, and one of them could apply to pretty much any cube. Anyway, I hope you enjoy, and I also hope I win. Bye. Or toodles, as Cupix would say. My first idea is to incorporate a groove on the corner pieces. As you can see, the corner piece, besides from these few ridges here, is fairly basic. It's just a cube, except for that corner stalk back there, which is definitely not a cube, as you know your shapes. So my idea is to add a groove onto the corner pieces, just like you see in 3x3s, where there's like a little indent over here. And this is really, really useful, especially for reverse corner cutting. Let me show you. What this does is it allows reverse corner cutting to be much easier. As you can see, most 3x3s can actually cut like line to line or so because of this. And it's because this corner here, it slides onto the centerpiece because of that ridge. So if this was incorporated into 4x4, there might have to be some other slight design changes, like the centerpieces might be a little bit rounder or something like that, in order to make the corner effectively slide on the centers. But otherwise, it's quite a simple idea, and it shouldn't be too hard to implement for the manufacturers, yet it would probably make reverse corner cutting a lot easier, and that's really good since 4x4s aren't particularly known for having good reverse corner cutting. My next idea relates to an idea that you mentioned in one of your previous videos, which was having some sort of core to corner magnetic pull, which is really, really useful because instead of having to have that tactile click, if you want to add stability with magnets, you don't have to feel much of a pull, but it does actually still have a pull. Like, it feels more stable, yet you don't feel like that click that you do with these strong magnets here. And I think this would be really useful to include in 4x4s because there are like 2 camps of people. There are the people that like their inners and outers to be the same, just they like the uniform magnetic feel, and the people that like their outers to be weaker than the inners, so that the inners don't move when the outers are turned. And I think this could be useful in 4x4s because you can have a magnet from each edge into their corresponding internal edge piece right here. And that would have the same effect as the corner to core magnet system, which is having a not so tactile click, but a still, stable feeling. And that means that you could also have the same magnet strength for the corners and edges and etc. So the same strength for inners and outers, at least for the outer magnets. Yet the inners would still not turn when the outers are turned because of that extra little magnet in there that keeps it connected to the spot you want it to stay at. So it would please both people since it has the uniform magnetic feel, yet the inners will still stay still when the outers are turned. My final idea is a tensioning system that allows consistent tensions on each side, while still having infinite numbers of tensions. This idea would work on pretty much any cube these days, since I've never actually seen a cube besides maybe Rubik's brands that don't have screws in them. So the way this would work is you would essentially be able to have these little like etch numbers on the screw and a little like mark here that shows which one it's pointing at and which tension you're at. And this would allow for infinite tension still, like, just like how you can get with a screw, while still allowing you to have similar tension on each side without too much difficulty. Many modern cubes these days only have, like a limited number of tensions that you can pick, or they just have a screw with infinite tensions, where it's difficult to have the same tension on each side. When the red marker is pointing at the 1, the screw is all the way out, and then with the red markers pointed at the 16, it means that the screw is all the way in. And the thing is, a normal screw could be screwed in like multiple times 360 degrees before it reaches the top and the bottom. So that would mean that one would not necessarily always mean that the screw is all the way out. It could be, partially in or something like that. So that means that the threads on this screw would have to be a lot steeper instead of these, which are a lot, flatter, don't really go up as much, to make it so that from top to bottom it just rotates 360 degrees. The main reason why I think this would be useful is because, well, you might want to have maybe you like your tension at 8.5, right? So then what you could do is you can go on each side, try to get it at around 8.5. It doesn't have to be exact. Even close would probably be pretty unnoticeable to the standard user. And that would allow you to have infinite tensions, right? Since you can use 8.5, 7.5, 6.5, 6. You can have the red thing pointing at any number you want, so that allows any tension that you'd like. Anyway, so that's it for this video. Hope you liked it. Please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you later, maybe. Bye!